In a world saturated with fake pranksters and wannabe rebels, Jesse Sebastiani and Kyle Forgard pulled off the ultimate prank. They pranked their boss, Google.
Just fucking throw it on the thing. Google, we love you. YouTube, we love you. We like working for you guys. Please don't fucking fire us from YouTube. Don't fucking delete our channel.
Deleted off of YouTube. Then we got the community strike. And then we got a call from the guy.
He's like, yo, what the hell? Yeah. Google's cheesed at me, man. They're threatening to like whatever to me and shit.
Like,
the video is blowing up. Yeah. I think it got like 1.5 million views in 24 hours.
1.3.
1.3, sorry.
Despite the video's success, it was apparent suicide. Google retaliated by immediately banning Nelk's channel, effectively ending the creator's burgeoning YouTube careers. But it wasn't the end. After a 4-month hiatus, Nelk was reinstated on YouTube. Fast forward 3 years and Nelk is a veritable behemoth. It is a company with 35 employees on the cusp of creating a modern MTV and a billion-dollar clothing brand. And most of all, they're just funny and plain cool. Like an older cousin who seems self-confident and advanced, who somehow instills comfort and insecurity just by being around them.
Guatemala. We got Julia Rose flying out. We're headed to the sex island. You know Julia Rose? Yeah. We're headed to the sex island.
But Nelk is not without their flaws. They are actually a self-contradictory mess. They attempt to embarrass and scare others, but oftentimes just embarrass and scare themselves. Take, for instance, the time when they hired an actor and faked one of their pranks. This is a YouTube cardinal sin, and their fans instantly figured it out. The man's Instagram advertises acting services, as he has also appeared in another known YouTube prankster's video. But Nelk's main problem is that they are caught in a creator's catch-22. They are simultaneously trying to be corporate and anti-corporate, an irreconcilable paradox that may be their eventual demise. But just like that cool cousin, they hide a dark underbelly of less savory traits. They promote gambling, alcohol, and drug addiction to an underage audience. They are rude and disruptive. But these unsavory traits are fundamental to what makes Nelk so good. They put normal people in such obscure and frightening situations to get real reactions from them. For example, take note of the genuine disorientation of the people in the following clip.
Got you guys. How are you guys?
Fine.
Good. You guys have any methamphetamine?
Oh?
You guys have any methamphetamine?
Okay.
No? Oh, I'm just moving in. Are you
Yeah,
first
me
year?
too, yeah.
Oh, me too, yeah. University, right? I know. All right, let me know if you want to get lit later, though. All right?
This raw, real reaction is why people love Nelk so much. Ironically, it's also what Nelk is shifting away from by trying to become a de facto reality TV show.
Oh man, the squad!
I ain't gonna let the people frisk me if I'm dirty, homie.
The squad!
However, sometimes their raw emotions slip through. For instance, in March, Steve, a new Nelk member, posted a desperate plea for help titled, "How I Lost $300,000 in 2 days." In the video, Steve gambles at the Red Rock Hotel in Las Vegas with Jason Ernie and a shadowy uncle who claims to have already gambled away a fraudulent PPP loan. They are all self-diagnosed, degenerative gambling addicts. Steve proceeds to lose $300,000 through a mix of online and in-person gambling. The video is incredible, not because of the pupil-dilatingly large amount of money, but because it is real. Capital R, hold on, are my retinas attached to my skull real? You are watching someone struggle with debilitating gambling addiction and make self-referential humor out of it. This raw emotion is the gold standard of entertainment, the goal of method acting. How could you ever enjoy a movie about addiction after this? How could you ever enjoy Ocean's 11 again when you can see how the casino legally robs us in the most painful way possible? This is the type of content that ruins other content simply by being so good. Ironically, this peak content is not intentional. Nelk is trying to create reality show TV characters of themselves instead of show these cathartic moments, but occasionally they slip through anyways. In Steve's gambling video, Dana White, the president of the UFC, shows up at the Red Rock Hotel to help Steve win back some of his losses. A collaboration between Nelk and the UFC makes sense, not only at a commercial level, but also at an existential one. Nelk and the UFC were both forced to convert a rabid fan base who loved them for their debauchery into riches. The only way to do this is to evolve into a watered-down shell of themselves, something without the intangible catharsis that attracted people in the first place. Both had to become something their original fans hated. They had to become the boss who punishes the rebels. I'll let Felix Biderman explain this fascinating dilemma that confronts both the UFC and Nelk.
This was the most watched UFC event of all time, shattering Conor's old record from 2002. Countless people, curious to see what the spectacle of MMA was all about, had tuned in just in time to see all their preconceived notions of the sport validated. And now, all of a sudden, Dana was troubled by the extracurricular violence.
Many of you, I know there's a lot of media here tonight, and some of you, this is your first event. I can promise you this is not what a mixed martial arts event is normally like. This is not what we're about. This isn't what we do. This isn't how we act. And you know, it's unfortunate that the night that the most people are watching.
The UFC wants both freakish spectacle and mainstream respect. It wants both the depravity of a blood sport and the decorum of every sport it wishes it was like. What was once a weird refuge for those who needed it is now eroding into just another thing that's as formless and indistinct as everything else.
Fighting has rid itself of so much of its magic. It does not transcend the world anymore. It is our world. If you've somehow made it to the end of this and you're not an MMA fan, I hope you take one thing away from all of this. This will happen to everything that you love. Nothing you like will remain untouched, and it will get further and further monetized into meaninglessness. This isn't just our problem in our idiotic blood sport. You're fucked too.